Hello, everyone. It's really interesting because I was just leaving the other side for 2 years, just 5 minutes walk, and yeah, I was always rushing to go to Geneva. I want to be in Geneva. I want to be in United Nations. I'm originally from Iran, and coming from a developing country with a lot of limitations, bias, and also recently more and more violence against women on daily basis. You cannot get rid of it that easily. So I was hoping that with moving to Switzerland and being active and also like being a lawyer by profession, I can do something. But of course, the path is not that easy. Like my very first job and collaboration was with Swiss government and the Iran project, which I consider myself so blessed because you know how the job market is in Switzerland, especially if you are not European, and especially if you come from a sanctioned country with no business, no diplomacy. So my journey has not been easy, but I'm not here today to complain about my struggles and challenges. But it's really interesting. I think you mentioned to the six years back when it was somehow your trigger point, and Cornelia, you also mentioned to the energy and also the change of the planet Earth, the frequencies and etc. And of course, for me being an endometriosis survival, uh, for me, my journey has been also very specific and also so challenging. Since 2017, I moved to Geneva. I had my different exposures with different UN agencies, mostly on the trade side. And then I started to do more and more women economic empowerment, because before pandemic, a bit of each and every UN project was dedicated to women as beneficiaries. So it could be under the violence side, it could be on the trade side, education side, health side, so different components. And for the sake of working with women and youth. Anyways, in Iran, I started another UN project remotely with Geneva, another UN agency. Coming back to Geneva, happy. Okay, I'm gonna start from zero with a new project, and I will eventually get what I want. Pandemic happened. Pandemic happened, and like 2 weeks before pandemic, I had a surgery for my endometriosis. So because back in Iran, I had a lot of pain and I was thinking that, and then it was tough. It was tough. So this endometriosis, health issues, loneliness, my family, no one would have understood like what would be the challenge behind that, being lonely. And they're like, no, you're in Switzerland, you are lucky, you should be happy. Don't complain, be grateful. And it's still the same, don't complain. And I'm like, okay. Anyways, so eventually, so I started, it's really interesting because I think most of the ladies that I know in Switzerland, we are connected through LinkedIn. And I think being more and more active in the an online, like social media and online platform is like also a life changing opportunity for many of us. So, like through this struggle, like energy struggle, like you mentioned also, like lack of energy, but still, I started few parallel women initiatives with different organizations. One is our Women Association, Organization of Women in International Trade, and everyone found me in Geneva through LinkedIn. So we do a lot of women economic empowerment in international market, and also working in Europe, Africa, North America, Latin America, and we are also expanding to the Middle East and Asia. So this was one of the things that also connected me to other women networks like the one that we are also a part of. So it was like somehow like an empowerment chain that I was going from this direction to that. And we started a lot of mentorship program on pro bono basis, which triggered another mentorship program in 2021. More than 40% of my work now, either with the UN side, World Intellectual Property Organization, and UN Women, I'm mentoring women to get into business and to be empowered in the international market. But at the same time, we established another paid mentorship program, which triggered so many other opportunities through which I could bring so many people to Switzerland, to Europe, and UN. Some of my mentees that are working with UN agencies now, with Swiss government. So for the sake of time, I don't know how much time I do have. I'm just gonna 7. Oh, okay, good. Because normally, no, normally, like you talk a lot and you're like, No, it's good, and it's really getting hot here. I'm like, I'm trying to, yeah. So basically, this is okay. It's really interesting. Again, talking about this, how do you call it? Feeling not even underrepresented, unpresented, or abandoned, or orphans. I think we are end of the table, in terms of anything. Where is Iran, honestly, in terms of validity of our passport, the business, diplomacy, everything, women situation. So we are really going backward. And you know that we had voting rights before even Switzerland, and now we are like, where are we now? Anyways, so this is with the ladies that I've been working in Africa. So through this mentorship program, I have been working with women in Southeast Asia, in Middle East, mainly with the women of Iran, Afghanistan, and GCC region, and also Europe and Africa. And of course, again, through this women initiative, you can always do a lot of initiative with different UN agencies, UN Women, World Bank, different International Trade Center, WTO. So I don't know how much you are into UN system, but again, this all take you to another level. And all this pro bono work for Africa for 4 years, because we were doing a lot of online programs. So it led me to Africa last year during my birthday. So yeah, these are the women entrepreneurs in Africa. How would I go? Okay, it's this one. So basically, again, the mentorship, I said that this mentorship program started from my challenges, when I was also looking for opportunities for myself. And there were few institutions, including University of Lausanne and Graduate Institute, approached me again via LinkedIn for mentorship. And I think mentorship has been more and more trendy since pandemic time, right? All these empowerment things started by then, because we needed more support and we needed to help each other more. So it's 4 years in a row that I'm doing this mentorship for Graduate Institute Geneva. They have very interesting challenges. For your info, if you want to be engaged at a later stage, and they're always looking for women mentors as well. They have an initiative, Collaborate for Social Impact, and they collaborate with different international organizations and UN agencies on different initiatives. It could be on the violence side, health side, business side, diplomacy. So yeah, so each year you are assigned a team of 4 or 5, and you can mentor them through a practical challenge that really exists. So you will provide real solution to the world current problem. So and so again, and this is my another mentee, because I'm doing a lot of mentorship for different academic institutions in Geneva, like EU Business School as well. And she got a job in UN as well, International Migration Organization. And again, the Graduate Institute Geneva that we have, and again, the audience is really diverse. It's like it could be on the women's side for empowerment, or the women who are seeking opportunities in international environments, because I lost my job and I feel like how it would be the feeling of having no job. And also women businesses and women entrepreneurs, and it could be online or in person, and also for legal community in a broader level. And there are, like, because my field is international trade and also intellectual property, so there are a lot of small businesses and startups that they are coming to us as well. So, and this is again like my dream came true, and you see how happy I was. And here I made everyone dance. So we were that. I mean, I should have put that video. We were really dancing loud, and we should really dance today because yeah, this lady is a very strong one. She would be one of UN director generals in future. I'm quite sure. She is really a woman of empowerment. And I was the only non-African, if I can call myself white. I'm not even white in the community, but it was so much fun being surrounded by over 110 women entrepreneurs from all over Africa. So we were all in Rwanda for 1 week for training and empowerment. And yeah, and again, I was awarded as the like empowering youth and new generation, just to have a sake of like award. Yeah. And yeah, and this is another mentorship program that I did, but I lost this one because I have some residence permit issues, and they always want you, rather than helping you with the process, they are complicating the process. So again, this is the empowering women in Pakistan and also Afghanistan and like developing countries in Asia and Africa. And this is also another online mentorship I did for the Caribbean and, like somehow Caribbean region, the women entrepreneurs there. And we also do a lot of events in Graduate Institute through our NGO and also in Geneva and other part of Switzerland. Also, we have a lot of online programs as well on the training side and also mentorship. Again, different mentorship programs. And each year we are working with different UN agencies, International Labor Organization, UNHCR, International Trade Center, and also Plan International, which is really, and also like the startup Black ecosystem in Switzerland. And again, the students in Geneva. And actually, this was a very, no, I think I cannot go back. This was a very interesting project we did a few months ago. It's about youth engagement in United Nations system. So, and they put a solution how to engage youth more in the UN system. Again, another mentee through our NGO. And this one is the last one for the sake of time. I'm really proud of this lady. She is the real victim of sexual violence in South Iran, and she had to escape to capital city Tehran to be able to get out of her family because they were forcing the girls in early ages to get married with their cousins, some sort of Arab traditional culture. And so she had to escape in order to not to be killed. So she went to Tehran, the capital city, studied, worked, and then eventually got out of Iran. And now she's one of the very successful entrepreneurs in Oman now. So she has her own business there. So I always say that from sexual violence to be a successful woman entrepreneur. And so the journey continues even for the teenagers. My teenage mentees in US, they just got their admission to the law school in New York. And so a lot of other initiatives we are doing. And so this is our mentorship session in Brussels, and the journey goes on. So, and thank you. I can do a bit of it.
We are going to dance today anyway. Thank you, Sanaz. That was wonderful. That's for you.
Thank you, my dear. I'm so happy to see you. Well done.